Hello and welcome to another tournament video. Today I'll be playing with Mad Scientists, Rulers of the Cosmos against World Champ Cowboys. The bases are Castle Blood, Standing Stones and Deep Reef Crack. And as always we start with the highest seed, so World Champ Cowboys. They will start with playing Samurai Chen on Standing Stones, and then Fighting Spirit Prize for 2 power counters and 2 cards. Their opponent has a lot of talents, so Standing Stones is a very dangerous base and they want to get rid of that base as soon as possible. Then we go to Rulers Mad Scientists. They prefer to get rid of Castle Blood. They play Igar and they don't play an action but just draw 2 cards. Go back to Cowboys World Champs. They will play Gold Strike and then Mummy, so they draw a card with Gold Strike. Cowboys really need card draw, so drawing Gold Strike early is very nice for them. We go back to Rulers Mad Scientists. They will play Lab Assistant to place power counter on Igar. Then we will play Armor of Battle on Igar to increase the breakpoint of the base by 2. We will end our turn. Cowboy World Champs will play Shark Tattoo, trying to make one very powerful minion they can later move with high speed chase. And then with their minion play, get a coin to place another power counter on Samurai Chen. Also draw a card with Gold Strike. They will draw 2 cards and their turn. So now we are going to bring out the Bride, and to do that we will destroy Lab Assistant, and we can then bury Lab Assistant on Castle Blood. The breakpoint is reduced by 2 for each buried card. And then we have to remove a power counter to play the Bride. Then we can use the Bride to place a power counter on Igar again, and then we draw a card. We will use Armor Battle. And then play Men with Arms on Deep Reef Crack. With our minion play and with our action play we will play Uber Serum. And we draw 2 cards. So first of all, Shark Tattoo is going to give a counter to Samurai Chen, and then we'll play Pinkerton on Deep Reef Crack. We're going to duel with Men with Arms with High Noon. So Pinkerton gets a power counter, and as our dueling action we'll play High Speed Chase. Our opponent is going to play Jolt. We will play High Speed Chase on Standing Stones, and depending on what our opponent is going to play, is going to influence what minion we are going to move. So Jolt is going to place a power counter on the 2 minions, and then they draw a card with the Bride. And in this case we won't play an extra minion. Man with Arms is not destroyed because it is protected. We will play, or discard actually, 2 deputies for 4 power. And then we use High Speed Chase to move Mummy. And Mummy is going to get 3 power from High Speed Chase. And this is enough to score the base, and also gain 1 extra VP from Deep Reef Crack. And then Cowboys World Champs are in the lead with 4 against 1. Also, Mummy can be played or buried on another base. So we will bury Mummy on standing stones. And the rest gets discarded. We get a new base, which is Boneyard. So we have now Boneyard as well as Blood Castle in play. So we're back at Rulers Met Scientists. They will use Armor of Battle to increase the breakpoint and then place a counter on Igor with the Bride and draw a card. So it's Herr Doctor, which means we can score Standing Stones. So with our minion play, we play Herr Doctor, and with our action play Body Shop to destroy Igor for 5 counters on Herr Doctor. It's probably a good thing to mention that the power you see on Standing Stones for World Champ Cowboys is inaccurate. They are actually on 9 power, so playing Herr Doctor is the only way to score the base now. And Herr Doctor gets 1 counter from Igor and can use its talent twice for 2 counters. So yeah, it's more than enough, but still the only way to score the base. And this way we prevent Cowboy World Champs from drawing more cards with Gold Strike or reburying Mummy. They will still draw a card with Samurai Chendo. New base is Drakkar. And we draw 2 cards and end our turn. So back at Cowboys World Champs, we will play Shield Maiden on Drakkar. She reveals the top card of our opponent's deck. It's Endko, we can steal him. And then from Drakkar it's Gaiman, and he's too powerful, so he returns to the deck. And with our action play, we play Golden Dentar Hills. Reveal the top 3 cards. We can play one of them. But unfortunately, we don't really want to play any of those actions now. So we'll just draw 1, place other 2 on top, and then draw them anyways. With that, we end our turn. So first of all, we are going to play Endko on Boneyard. We can use its talent to play Sword That's Powerful, and then with a regular action play Uber Serum. Trying to build a powerful minion here. We place a power counter with Sword That's Powerful, and then draw a card with the Bride. And then draw 2 more to end our turn. Back to Cowboys World Champs. We first play Smart Setup on Endco. So we can draw cards when we play minions there. Then we play Endco ourselves too and draw a card from Smart Setup. And that's basically all we can do, except for using Endco's talent to play Bewitched. Then we draw 2 cards. So first of all, Uber Serum gives Endco a counter. We draw a card. We will uncover Lab Assistant, placing a counter on Endco. Sword That's Powerful also places a counter on Endco. The Bride places a counter on Lab Assistant. With our minion play, we will play Gaiman on Drakkar, so we reveal the top card of our opponent's deck. So this is a power 4 minion, it goes back to the top. And with Enko, we can play an action on a minion. We can move Lab Assistant with Fearless Friend to Boneyard. So this way we prevent our opponents from drawing cards. We can also use Gaiman to copy Fearless Friend and also move to Boneyard And then we still have our action play. Just play Angry Mob for the last 1 power by placing Blitz on the bottom of our deck. And then we score the base. So now it's Rulers Mad Scientists in the lead. So Bewitched has to be transferred to another minion. So that will be transferred to Shield Maiden. And then we get a new base, which is the other skeleton base, Ossuary. We will keep burying minions. Back to Cowboys World Champs. We will first bury a minion with Ossuary. We will bury Calicoin. With our minion play, we play Akai the Turtle. And since we have 4 cards that give 4 power during duels, we'll just give one of them to our opponent and draw 2 cards. And then also Drakkar triggers. We are going to steal the other sword action, which really hurts our opponent. We might as well play it. And then we draw 2. Discard 1. So Mad Scientist rulers are going to play the monster and use the bride to place a counter on him and draw a card. We will then use the monster's talent to remove a counter and play an extra minion. We're hoping to score Drakkar in the future, so Igor is going to give a little bit of power there, so maybe we can score the base on our next turn. We also steal an action from our opponent's deck. And of course, we can also bury a power 3 minion on Ossuary. So first of all, Cowboys World Champs are going to play Kaiju Conflict, play Pinkerton, and then Drakkar triggers, and they steal Maya. Also another strong action that hurt our opponent by stealing it. We can bury Samurai Chan on Ossuary. And then we'll play Burn Him Off as our first action from Kaiju Conflict. And we are going to duel Igor with Pinkerton, so Pinkerton gets a counter. We will play Quick Draw as our dueling action. And our opponent is going to play Grave Situation. They know they cannot really compete against Pinkerton, even if we would play our +4 action. So it's Quick Draw. We give +4 power to Pinkerton. And our opponent plays Grave Situation. And then Run Him Off is going to give 3 more power to Pinkerton. And we can move Igor to another base, so let's move him here. And then after the first action we played, we could have played A for 1 power, and then we get A back in our hand. And I realize now that we didn't even have to play Kaiju Conflict to score this base. Just 1 action. So yeah, we solo score Drakkar. And we're only 3 victory points away from winning the game. And the new base is Slime Pool. And of course, Bewitched gets transferred to another minion, even though we don't have any minions in play. So it's going to be transferred to Igar. And with that, we end our turn. So we will uncover Men with Arms. Bury another minion, Lab Assistant. And then place a counter on the monster and draw a card. It's a real disadvantage that we lost both our swords and Maya as well. We will play Men with Arms from Slime Pool and use the base ability instead of our regular action play to play a minion action from our deck. Because we really want one of those actions on Men with Arms. We'll also remove the counter from the monster to play Froga as an extra minion to get another play on minion action from our deck. So yeah, we're just preparing for a bigger turn with maybe Dolt, Halfwits, Fool's Morons in a later turn. We also got our special now. We have to discard one card and then end our turn. So yeah, there are basically a lot of ways our opponent can win. So we will not be uncovering Men with Arms. That's just too dangerous. And then we go to Cowboy World Champs. So they will start with uncovering Samurai Chen and then play Stoneford. Search the deck for an action, so they will search for Mousebird and Sausage. They still haven't seen any of their sheriffs. Then Kaiju Conflict. 2 extra actions. The first one, well, first we can play A as a reaction for just 1 power. And then as our first action from Kaiju Conflict, we play its Blitz in time for 4 power. After that, Mousebird and Sausage for 4 more power. And last but not least, a Deputy for 2 more power. And that's enough to score the base. So yeah, our opponent has 1 special they could use to move one of their minions to Ossuary, but it wouldn't change anything. So Cowboy World Champs will win with 15 against 11. Quite surprising to me, because I gave Mad Scientist rulers a very low seed for a reason. Yeah, I think rulers is a snowball faction and they need a lot of setup in order to really shine, and Cowboys just didn't give them enough time to prepare all of this. But if you have any comments on how I played them, or any feedback or tips how I can improve with playing rulers or any faction at all, please let me know. I always appreciate the feedback. I just want to improve. Yeah, other than that, World Champ Cowboys are going to round 2, where they have to compete against Big Hero 6 Goblins or Tornado Time Travelers, who will be playing against each other in the next video. So thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.